Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is extra protection around us. So, basically, I've had some dark energies come my way today, and in the middle of my work day, my phone was completely dead. Yet, moments later, when I was able to turn it back on, it was back at 94%. So it wasn't actually dead. But what had happened is I had been in a building where I was getting a weird vibe off of the security guard. And on the outside, he was very nice and helpful and polite. And he was also fairly attractive, but there was something different going on energetically, and I hadn't paid too much attention to it because we meet all sorts of people throughout the day, right? So I figured, oh well, like everybody has some dark stuff in them and whatever. Well, as soon as I was finished with the delivery in that building, I had to use the washroom, and there was a park nearby, so I went there. And when I came out of the washroom there and I looked at my phone, it was completely dead, like black. The screen was pure black, and I tried turning it on and it wouldn't turn on. I went to my car, I plugged in the charger cable, nothing. It wasn't even showing me a percentage. Nothing. So even like plugging it in, usually it shows, the kind of like lightning symbol, right? For like it's charging. Nothing was working. So it was like done, finished. So I knew that it had to do with that guy throwing some really, really toxic dark energies at me. And I knew that I had to do something immediately. So I actually always have a glass bottle under my car seat for emergencies, but I hadn't realized that I had used up the last black paint. So I was quite desperate because I would have had to buy a new phone, and since I work with it and people have to sign sometimes, I have one with a stylus, and those are quite expensive. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, do I have to buy a new phone? And like the little bit of money that I was trying to save up because I need a new car soon, I was like, oh my gosh, so I have to spend my last bit of saved up money now on a phone and start from scratch again and so on, right? So all of that went through my head. And I was thinking, no, I know that I can get rid of these nasty energies. So what do? I knew I needed to put something dark or representing that dark, toxic, evil stuff into the bottle so that I could smash it. So I hope everybody has a good stomach. What was available in the park was bags of dog poo. So I grabbed one and stuffed it inside the bottle with the plastic still on because I had no intention of opening them and having the, that disgusting excrement on my fingers, and oh God, no. So I managed to get it inside the bottle with clean hands and made sure I washed them again after anyhow. And then I smashed it. And after that, I went back to my car, plugged in my phone, bling, it came back on, and it said charging quickly or fast. I forgot how it said. And it showed me 94%. So that gives you an idea of the intensity of those dark energies. And when we look at the banishing candle from yesterday. So almost the entire inside of the white candle that I was holding at the actually I just used one of those tea light candles at the bottom to hold it, but almost the entire inside is dark, and see how it had just poured out. It was like pouring and pouring and pouring out, right? As you can see there. And this piece was separate, but it had dripped down there. So that again shows how all the dark stuff is like pouring out of us now, but it's reflected in the world around us of how disruptive those energies were in our lives. And then I was sitting there now, just earlier here at home, thinking, I just did a banishing ceremony. I don't want to do another banishing ceremony right the next night. Like, come on. And the moment I had verbalized it, my spirit guides helped me, and my eyes went to the bottle of black salt that I had made a few years ago. And I instantly understood in a claircognizant way that I needed to put that black salt around us. So basically represent us, represented by this white candle, right? And the black salt, so it's basically charcoal and regular salt, and I mixed in some rosemary as well for protection. So that's what this is. And this shall just reinforce our protection, our protective shield. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for today. And then we'll see how tomorrow goes. Now, the one aspect I want to mention that will probably not apply to many of you viewers, but like in my case, both my narcissistic mother and my narcissistic ex-husband had their birthday. Well, for me, it still feels like today, but it was yesterday, so April 7th. Since I'm filming way past midnight, it's now officially April 8th, now that I'm filming, but since I haven't gone to bed yet, in my mind, it's still kind of that day, right? But those were two of the three main people that have directed their narcissistic toxicity towards me, and I quote unquote suffered from their narcissistic abuse, right? I want to put it in quotation marks because as we understand now, it really was there for our growth, and our higher self chose it before we incarnated in this lifetime. So from a higher perspective, we didn't really suffer per se. We just went through a learning experience that our soul couldn't have had in the state of oneness, and in a state where there was no body and no separation consciousness, I'm going to call it, right? Where we didn't feel separated from the rest of creation. So sometimes we have experiences that are very, very important for our soul to learn, because as I'm going to call it like a floating spirit, right? As a spirit in energy form, there are certain experiences that our soul just can't have, right? So anyway, let's just get to the smudging. And I realized I forgot to refill that, so give me a quick moment, please. I'll just get my bag here. Just put a few more in here. Let's fill that up. Oops, some dropped. And that goes separately. All right, and I think that's it. We can get started. So, yeah. Let's transmute that stuff and have more protection around us. That already smells good. Please cleanse, clear, and renew all of our energies. Take away and transmute anything dark, evil, low vibrational, and unhealed, and transmute it into pure divine essence, pure divine love light energy, and return it to the universe for reintegration. Ooh, sorry, that was an energy shiver. Ah, and help us, please help us fully and completely reconnect to our own divinity, to the divinity within us as well as around us, and through that be in oneness again with all of creation. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, let's call in our divine team. Dear divine higher power of the universe, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, powers of all four directions, powers of the east, powers of the south, powers of the west, powers of the north, powers of all four elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and all other benevolent powers, forces, spirits, and beings of the universe that are of the light. Please join the ceremony and assist the healings and prayers with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Sorry, I hit the tripod again. First, let us give thanks and express our gratitude for all the signs, clues, and guidance you give us every single day. Thank you for nudging us in the right direction and for helping us heal from all this dark stuff bit by bit, from all those toxic, dark, narcissistic energies that we have had in our lives and that have been in our lives for many, many generations. And thank you for helping us now heal our entire lineages by healing ourselves. Please help us have enough patience, understanding, and kindness towards ourselves while we go through this process. I know sometimes I lose patience and I'm like, come on, let's just be done with it. Can't you just remove all of that and we can move on? But a lot of the trauma that is in our system cannot be released so simply. Even if in our mind we think we're done with something, there can still be a lot of energetic leftovers in the body. So, thank you. Please help us reach a stoic place of inner peace. Help us be zen. Help us be in stillness within us and be through that inner peace, be in harmony with ourselves and all of creation. Sorry, I was distracted for a second. As I looked down, I didn't see it earlier. I was staring at it for a while and couldn't see it until now. This looks like a hand is still gripping onto our core, and this is a head up here. So this is a dark creature or being that is still holding on to us, our core. So that is that darkness that has been the intergenerational trauma that was passed down from generation to generation. That is more than just a shadow, but it has become an entity, a dark entity that is trying to hold on to us, trying to cling on to us. So help us with this extra protective shield of black salt with rosemary. Let us be surrounded by a massive divine shield of protection that absorbs any darkness that comes our way, and that also absorbs any darkness that is still within us. That's why salt is used, because salt absorbs, and the charcoal is the dark stuff, right? So it absorbs the dark, plain and simple. I never quite understood why dark salt or black salt was needed for certain things. And the rosemary is also a representation of Mother Earth being there to help us neutralize and transmute those dark toxic energies. Just like when you go for a walk in nature, or you sit under a tree in a park or in nature, and you sit there for a long time, like not just for 5 minutes, okay? So, but let's say if you spend a few hours there and you really get into that calm, quiet space, nature is so healing. So through the rosemary, we shall, on the one hand, be protected. On the other hand, it shall assist our healing. Mother Earth is wrapping her arms all around us to hold us, to heal us, to comfort us in this process, and to help us let go of all the pain that we've still been holding on to. It shall be broken away from us. Oh, and look at that. The hand got stuck there. And it's gone. Ha. And I don't know if I can get this out too. I think I can. Yep. So this one, I don't know if I can break that. It's a little too thick. But that's okay. This dark entity or creature shall now be done and gone from our lives. Ha ha. Sorry. Okay, I'll explain. So, since I wanted to pick up that little piece of dark wax, I licked my finger to get it, but the finger that I used was my middle finger. So we're giving the dark the finger. I love the humor and the irony in some of this stuff. Okay. So, and the divine is sending. Oh, sorry. The tiredness is kicking in again. So yeah, we're exhausted because we've been dealing with those energies for such a long time. And with the eagle feather, the divine is also comforting us and sending peace our way. All right, just like my voice just went up, that's how we're moving up in the ascension. So it is all okay. We're exactly where we need to be, and we're completely 100% taken care of. So we can just trust and relax and let go. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, let the ceremony now be finished. Please accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings, and open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected. And put a massive, massive 12D shield of protection around us on top of this special shield of protection, and seal our entire energy field. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. All right, everyone, all our relations. I don't know if I said that, sorry. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for being on your own healing and ascension journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you tons of love, light, and blessings. Be well until next time, and I wish you great abundance. May honesty and integrity always be with you. Bye.